I will never forget the smell of his house. It wasn't the smell of gold or gemstones, like he wanted everyone to think. No. It was a mix of iron and decay. It clung to the corners, the floors, the walls. The kind of smell that crawls into your chest and sits there. I smelled it the night I almost died. His name was Chief Oba. By day, he was a jewelry and gemstone dealer, flashy, rich, and respected in Lagos. His suits were crisp, his smile wide. People admired him or feared him, I'm not sure which. I worked for him as a delivery assistant. I carried boxes of gold chains, rings, and precious stones, believing I was just part of a normal business. I thought he was just another stingy rich man who cared about money more than people. I was wrong. At night, he changed. Not with a costume or mask, he became a monster. That's what I believe now. He would meet men and women in his office, people who thought they were buying gemstones, people who were strangers like me. Some were desperate, some curious. They never came out. Sometimes I would hear whispers when I delivered late-night boxes. At first, I thought it was just the wind, but later, I understood. One night, I was sent to pick up a special order. He didn't explain. He gave me a list of names, people who had visited his store that week. They are safe, he said, until they're not. I didn't understand until I went inside his private office. The door locked behind me, and there, I saw it, his collection. It wasn't gemstones. It was parts. Human parts. Limbs carefully preserved, jars filled with. I can't say the words again without shivering. And in the center, sitting behind his desk, smiling that same wide, calm smile, was a woman. Her eyes were wide, panicked, pleading. He looked at me and nodded. She will be ready soon. Don't worry, he said. And I realized then that my delivery wasn't boxes, it was bodies. And I was part of the machinery. I ran. I ran like I had never run before. He didn't chase me, not that night. Maybe he wanted me to see. Maybe he wanted me to be terrified. I stumbled out of that building, into the streets of Lagos, and I didn't stop until I reached my tiny room in the slum. My hands shook for hours. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the woman's eyes, about the jars, about his calm, cruel smile. I went to the police. I thought, surely, they would believe me. I told them about Chief Oba, about his double life, about the body parts. They laughed. They said, he's rich. He has influence. Are you sure you aren't imagining things? I went home, feeling smaller than the rats in my alley. That's when I understood something important. The world doesn't care when monsters wear gold. I stayed hidden for days. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to leave Lagos, but I had no money, nowhere to go. And then, one night, I heard someone outside my window whisper my name. My heart stopped. I didn't move. The shadows stretched long across the wall. I thought he had found me. But it was just a stray cat. Even now, my body reacts the same way when I hear a soft sound, when I see shadows where there shouldn't be any. I remember another night, weeks later, when I dared to look at the news. A new story about a wealthy man in the city, a philanthropist now, opening a school for underprivileged children. Everyone loved him. No one knew what I knew. No one suspected the lives he had taken. I felt a rage that mixed with fear. I wanted to scream, to warn people, but I also knew that doing so would be like stepping into the open mouth of a crocodile. I have dreams about that house. I wake up drenched in sweat. I dream of the jars, of the chains, of the woman's eyes. I dream of Chief Oba sitting calmly, sipping wine, counting gemstones while the wind carries the screams. Sometimes I think I'm being punished just for seeing it. Sometimes I think the guilt is worse than what he could ever do to me. There's a lesson here. I learned it too late, but I hope someone reads this and listens. Not everyone who smiles in the sun is good. Not everyone who wears gold is honest. The world is full of people who shine in public and rot in private. And sometimes, those people are rich, powerful, and untouchable. And sometimes, all it takes to survive is to see the truth and run, even when no one believes you. I survived. Others didn't. And every day, I live with the knowledge that monsters wear human faces, that wealth can hide the deepest evil, and that sometimes, the only thing separating you from death is your ability to run when the world is blind. So if you ever meet someone like Chief Oba, someone who shines in daylight but hides in the shadows, remember my story. Listen to your instincts. Don't trust their gold. Don't trust their charm. And if you see something you shouldn't, run. Run, and don't stop. Because some monsters are patient. Some monsters are cunning. And some monsters will wait for you in the night.